Welcome to Radio Raves, an occasional segment happening on this channel that I wasn't sure I wanted to do. I figured this segment could potentially alienate me from future employers. But then I thought about it and thought, if you're a future employer of mine and you see me critiquing your company, critiquing your business, critiquing your show, you might go, hey, this guy's actually listening to us, thinking what could be better about it and giving us constructive feedback. That's the point of this. It's to think about things critically, not actually come back and say, oh, that's a bit dumb. For example, it's like me saying Andrew Cozzy Costello, South Aussie with Cozzy, is a bit fat and he's a rubbish broadcaster. That would not be helpful. Me, however, saying that I think Andrew Cozzy Costello does a bit of 90s radio, it's a bit old, it's not up with the times. He always seems to have the last laugh. He's not very supportive of his other half in his team, Beck and Cozzy. However, I think that maybe should land on the anchor as their job, but I still think he could try to help that. See how that's a bit more constructive and actually critically thought out than saying, oh, he's kind of fat. Or maybe this is going to completely destroy my radio career in the future. And potentially even now. That all out the way, here's the first episode.
Radio Rave.
10 in a row. What the f*** is the point of 10 in a row? Honestly, this first came to my attention when Ben and Liam came back to Nova in Adelaide and they started rolling out 10 in a row. I believe it was the start of this year, 2020. I was like, okay, 10 songs in a row, that makes sense. But then by the time I started listening, I went, this isn't 10 songs in a row. There's talking in amongst this. What's the point of advertising 10 songs in a row as well? I mean, all the songs are in a row. 10 uninterrupted songs, but then even they're not because there's talking in amongst it. And what's the payoff at the end? Probably about 10 ads. Nova does about 5-minute ads. So what's the payoff? You can go on Spotify and hear about half an hour's worth of songs for one ad. I don't understand this. What is the point of 10 in a row? But here's the thing, that's just one station doing it. But then I saw this within the last week and it just blew my mind. ARN confirms Easter schedule, launches House of Hits on Kiss. Okay, whatever. We start scrolling through this, we get to National. Okay, Kiss, House of Hits, a brand new show running over the Easter survey break, every weekday from 7pm to 9pm, again at 11am, that's a bit odd, during the 10k 10 in a row promotion. 10k 10 in a row, Kiss will play the music everyone at home wants to hear with listeners submitting their requests online. Okay, cool. So you submit your request online, you listen in, maybe your song is played within the 10 in a row, and if it is, you call up and you get on the standby list for 10k. Is that a thing? At least there's a point to that. At least you're listening in to that 10 in a row, not because there's just 10 in a row songs, but because there's a chance for you to win. There's a chance for you to hear your song, there's a chance for you to get on the standby list to win $10,000. That has a point to it. 10 in a row otherwise, there's just no point. Then you scroll down to the Adelaide sector, the one that I'm interested in because it's my own market. Cruise 1323's John Dean will be on air 14 April with Dave Howard as guest host from 6 to 9 April. The show will feature 10 in a row or off you go promotion, which guarantees listeners 10 classic hits in a row, promising the best and most consistent classic music offering. Right, or you could just get your record player out. Sure, people want company, we're in isolation, it's a bit of fun to have a chat, maybe some talk back. 10 in a row or off you go. Well, that's just fucking great. We'll play you 10 hits in a row, or you can just go to another station. Oh, that sounds like a great offer. I'll certainly listen in. Maybe I'll just go off without even listening in, because there are other platforms where I can get 10 songs in a row. I honestly just don't understand it. Unless there is a point to it, like you can win something, unless there is a reason for you to listen in to 10 songs in a row without interruption, maybe that's a selling point. But why is anyone going to listen to 10 songs in a row on your station? Think about that if you're making these decisions at the top. Why is someone going to listen to 10 songs in a row? Why? If you've got money up for grabs, if you have something in there for them to listen to besides your on-air talent, otherwise, why brand it 10 in a row? Since filming this, I dug a little bit deeper and I found out that Cruise actually did have a prize up for grabs. If they didn't play 10 songs in a row, you could head along to the Adelaide Ocean Safari Cruise. So it really was 10 in a row or off you go, because who wants to go there? But what still perplexes me is the fact that Nova in Adelaide is still running this with nothing attached to it, no incentive to listen in. And the only reason I can think of that they're doing this is that they had it set up like other stations where they have done 10 in a row or you get 10k, but then after the bushfires and COVID-19 haven't been able to come up with a sponsor to front up the 10k. But don't you just love the fact that radio loves to recycle? If one person has a good idea, someone else is going to take it. Why can't our industry be bloody original? Or at least try to be? If you have an honest answer for me, or if you have a different critique on this, let me know in those comments down below. If you've enjoyed this, like it, subscribe for more content. I'll catch you again soon.
Radio Rave. 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 Radio Rave.
But honestly, why 10 in a row? I don't get it.